Christian Miller, I think is his name, and the coach looks like Ricky Fields. Okay, so the workout is going to be 250, 2 times 250, and then a 150 max speed. So the speed is full out, high rest. This is a great way to develop speed endurance. This is how I do speed endurance and just sprint. We'll do maybe 150 to 300 meters, but it's all full speed, right? So we're not doing tempo work where it's slow and we're jogging and developing slow twitch fibers. We're going to sprint all out, but we're also going to let you rest. So this is his warm-up. He has a jog probably for about 400 meters. Then after that jog, he gets into just a knee pull, into a little pogo. So a good way to add some elastic context while also getting some dynamic stretching into the groin, the glute, things of that nature, right? So nice warm-up. Lateral lunges, great for activating the lateral glute, which is really important for acceleration. A good way to do a dynamic warm-up. Some A runs. Then we got some hurdle stuff. This is good for your hip flexors, kind of get the top of the hip flexor burning. I wouldn't say it's the best way to develop hip flexor strength. You probably want to do that through a full range of motion versus top half stuff. But there's also like an extensive plyometrics. You're kind of popping through, getting your body and your central nervous system to kind of wake up in a sense. Not bad at all. Some static stretching. Open up the glute, open up the hips, external rotation, things of that nature. Not bad. He's definitely shorter. He looks like he's 5'7". I have to look it up, but not too sure. Right? So probably has a great acceleration. Probably not too bad in acceleration or into max velocity. Okay, so let's do right here. Band resisted wall drives. Teach the need to drive forward. That's kind of what I think he's trying to mimic right now. So some resistance to teach this knee to go forward. You don't want it to go up, especially in acceleration. So when you're in this 45-degree angle, he's a little bit higher. But when you're in a 45-degree angle, you want to drive your knee up and then down back. Or forward and down back. So you don't want to drive it up. Not too bad. Obviously, it's just a warm-up. Not going to make a huge difference. Looks like a build-up, a technical build-up. He has very long strides. Not too bad. Another technical build-up. One thing that's really good about him, he has great pelvis positioning. So that's his glute being tucked in. And he drives his arms back a lot. He doesn't drive his arms forward a ton, which I've been trying to teach recently. Is that you shouldn't be driving your elbow high up, because you're going to naturally teach your knee to extend. When you want your knee to get up to whatever it is, 60 degrees, 70 degrees, I wouldn't say 90, but somewhere around that 45 to 65 degree range, and then strike back down. You don't want to go super high up and then extend with knee extension, because then you're going to land in front of your mass with overstriding and braking forces, right? So he drives his arms back, and that's the only thing he focuses on. Keeps his forearm tight to the body, things of that nature. So pretty good. Doesn't have a lot of muscle on his frame, so he's definitely on the leaner side, which is great. It's great for sprinter. Let's see his start right here. So yeah, first step, lands under center of mass at a 45-degree angle. Really big on driving the arms back. Pay attention to the elbow going backwards. That's huge for your technique. It's a big game changer. Not driving the arms forward a bunch. He just it's like a bicep curl. Like a bicep curl, and then drives his arms back hard. Like I said, this is a 250 meter at max speed. These guys are going 90 to 100%. They're not just jogging. Maybe that guy in the pink's jogging. He's definitely probably jogging. I don't know. But it's 250, so they have to pace themselves. So they're definitely going maxed out. The guy in the peak's for sure jogging, though. Or maybe the guy in the red's is really fast. Right? So 29.8, that's fast. That's fast. That's like a low 20s 200. He was moving. He has a huge ass. I'm sorry. Like, pause. He just genetically, bro, his glutes are fucking huge. Which is great for sprinting. Right? Hip extension. Power through that. Let's skip. Let's see the next thing. We got recovery. Obviously, we don't need to sit through them standing. All right, next one. Let's do it. So starts up in lane 1. Really good drive. It's very springy off the ground. He creates a lot of vertical displacement. Something I love about his technique, bro, and you can tell why he's fast, is that people love to talk about you need to run tall. I think it's a huge myth, right? You need to be tall and have a good posture, but pay attention to how he's actually a slight lean forward, right? A good coach, Joe Smith, calls it pushing your heart forward. So you have your heart or your chest, and you're kind of pushing it forward and giving yourself a little bit of an anterior pelvic tilt at certain points of the sprint phase, right? And he pushes this forward, so he has a good lean that puts his body in a better anatomical position to strike the ground and propel his body forward. So, pretty good. And he pounces on the ground fast enough. That's a really fast 150. He hits the ground fast enough so he can land under center of mass with a straight leg, which is the best way to sprint for most people. Let's go forward. We could obviously listen, but we might as well just sprint and talk about the technique in the workout. High recovery, like I said, is a great way to develop speed endurance, and he just maintains his form. His form is great. Obviously, he has athletic qualities that are better than 90% of people, but he just keeps driving back. He's very relaxed in the shoulders. He doesn't tense up at all. And small forward lean, people say this is bad. It's amazing. It's what you should have. And then really big glutes. So far, so good. And the 250 is going to finish around 29 something, 30s. Okay. Nice. Let's get into the next part of the workout. Notice how they're just relaxing too. That's a big thing with when it comes to recovery, is that you don't want to do a lot of talking, a lot of jumping around. You just kind of want to walk around. Even some people sit. Some people say you should never sit. I think it's actually not that bad to completely relax before you do into your next set, especially for a conditioning day. We want to save as much energy as possible, especially when it comes to force output. We want to say he's actually trying a lot harder. I can tell. It's definitely faster than last time. Yeah, by like 0.3. You want to save your energy. Walk off, relax, sit down. It's not bad to sit. I don't know why people say that shit. It's okay to sit and lay out and just get your body to max output. That way you can repeat a 95% plus sprint every single time. So great workout. And then it's a cool down of just walking, get the lactic acid out your body, improve your strength, because barefoot walking is actually pretty good for foot strength, which is good for producing force into the ground. Not bad at all. They're talking it out, but you guys don't want to watch that. So yeah,